there everybody, and welcome back to the Blossom Crochet channel. In this crochet tutorial I will be showing you how to crochet this beautiful textured ridged mini ripple or mini chevron stitch. So it's a really simple one row repeat once you get going, and you can see it builds these beautiful ridges on both sides of your work. Now I must admit I've not picked the best yarn for this particular stitch for a tutorial. I should have done it just in a single colour, because obviously having the white running through it you can't really see massively the definition of that beautiful texture that you get. But it would work beautifully. If you've seen my other ridge ripple stitch, it would look exactly the same as that texture wise when done in solid colours. So if you want to check that one out, then obviously I will leave a link in the description box. But as I say, it's a one row repeat. It'll be absolutely beautiful for blankets, and it just adds a little bit something extra having that texture on the ridges on both sides. So if you're new to my channel, then make sure that you subscribe to it now and click the little bell icon so that you can choose to receive notifications so that you will never miss a new crochet tutorial. Also remember to like the video, comment, let me know what you think, and also share the video with anyone that you think might like it. So for the purpose of the tutorial, I'm going to be using this beautiful mini yarn cake. This is a Lion brand one, and this is Wool Ease Roving Stripes. So it's a chunky yarn, so I'm going to be using the recommended 6mm hook, but you can use absolutely any yarn that you like and just use whatever hook size your selected yarn recommends. So you're going to start with your slip knot on your hook, and you want to do your starting chain in a multiple of 10. So this is going to be the width of your project, but just remember, because it is a ripple, well, chevron pattern, it will bunch up a little bit. So the chain length that you get at the beginning won't be the exact length of your project. So make sure you add a few extras on the end. So multiple of 10 to start with. So yarn over, pull through. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. So if you just chain your multiple of 10. So once you've completed your multiple of 10, you want to add an additional 2 chains to the end of that chain. So the entirety of this project is going to be worked using UK treble crochet. So obviously in the US that is your double crochet, so just remember that. So UK treble, US doubles for the entirety of the project. You're going to be working into the third chain from the hook. So we've got 1, 2, and this is our third. And you're going to put a treble into that stitch. So yarn over, insert into that chain, yarn over and pull up, and you'll have 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. We're then going to do 1 UK treble into the next 3 chains. So yarn over into your next chain, yarn over and pull up, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And then again, so that's 1, so you want 2 more. So 1 into the next 2 chains. At this point we want to create a dip, so our work is going to do that. So you want to skip the next 2 chains, so you're going to skip 1 and 2, and then you're going to put 1 UK treble into the next 4 chains. So skip 2 and then treble in the next, and you want 4 trebles. So that's 1 into your next chain, it's 2, 3 and 4. So you've got 4 trebles there next to each other, ignoring the skip chains, your dip, and then 4 trebles. At this point we want to create our peak, so to do that we're going to chain 2, and then we want our 4 trebles next to each other once again, but you're not going to be skipping any chains. You're going to start your set of 4 trebles straight into that very next chain. So you'll do your 4 trebles, 1, 2, 3 and 4. I do apologise for the cat meowing She isn't very good when she's not the centre of attention, so don't go hunting for your cats if you've got them thinking that it's them crying, because it's not, it's Olive. Okay, so we are starting to get that subtle ripple. So at this point, again, we want to create our next dip. So in the same way as before, you will skip 2 chains and then 1 treble into the next 4. So skip 2 and then your 4 trebles. And again, we're ready to do our peak, so chain 2, and straight into that very next chain you will start working back down again with your 4 trebles. So you're just going to repeat that, your peaks and your dips, all the way along until you get towards the end of your chain, which is where I will meet you in just a second, and we will finish off this foundation row together. Okay, so I'm pretty much at the end now. I've done my last dip here and I had 4 chains left. So I've worked my first 3 trebles, so I need my 4th treble in that very last chain. But if you remember at the start of the row, we had 2 trebles in the same stitch because we had 1 treble and those skipped chains. So we need to have 2 trebles at the end as well. So we've already done 1, but you're going to put another treble back into that same last chain. And that is how you should be looking at this point. You then want to turn your work around and then straight into this first stitch here. I'm going to insert my hook straight into that first stitch. I've got my 2 loops on the top. I'm going to yarn over and pull up, yarn over, pull through both. And then this stitch has got 2 vertical posts, and I'm going to go behind that one, that post, yarn over and pull up, and yarn over, pull through both again. And that gives us a treble height stitch, but without the gapping that you would get with a chain 2. However, if you would prefer to chain 2, that's absolutely fine. And then back into that very same stitch, you're going to put a treble crochet. Okay, so that is our 2 trebles. You always want to start and end with 2 trebles. And we're ready now to work down to our first dip. Now, we've got 4 trebles here to work into, but we've already got the first treble of our 4 here. So we only want to work into the next 3. And because we're doing the ridged pattern, we're only going to be working into the back loop. So you can see on these V's here, you have got a front loop here and a back loop. And we just want to work into that back loop just there. We're going to ignore the front one totally. So yarn over into the back loop of that next stitch and then complete your treble as normal. So that's 1, so we want 2 more. Back loop. It's 2 and 3, and then just as before you're going to skip 2 stitches to create your dip. So you're going to skip 1 and 2, and then you're going to work a treble into the top of the next 3 stitches. So skip 2 and then a treble into the back loop only of the next 3. That's 1, 2 and 3. So we still want 4 trebles, except our 4th and final treble will be worked into the chain 2. So into that chain 2 space you will put your final treble of your set of 4. You then want to create your new peak by chaining 2, and then you're going to start your next set of 4 in that chain 2 space. So you'll put your first treble in that chain 2 space. And then again you'll work back loop only of the next 3 trebles. 1, 2 and 3. And then again you're at your dip, so you will skip 2 and then work back up, back loop only in the next 3. And then I will show you a peak one final time. So the 4th of your set will go into that chain 2. You'll then chain 2 to create your new peak, and then treble back in the chain 2 space to start your next set of 4 and work back down, back loop only. So you can complete that now all the way along your row, and I will meet you at the end. Okay, so I've worked that all the way along. I've started my final set of trebles here, so I've got 3, and then into that funny little turning chain of skipped stitches you're going to put your 4th treble of your set and then your extra treble as well. So 1 and 2. So that is how you should be looking. You should be starting to build a little bit of that texture. And that literally is the row that you will repeat over and over again, but I will just show you one more time. So you will turn at the end of each row and you will insert your hook straight into that first stitch, yarn over and pull up, yarn over, pull through both. Behind the vertical post of the stitch, yarn over and pull up, yarn over, pull through both, and then another treble in that very same stitch. And then again you're ready to work down. So 1, you've already got the first one of your 4 here, and then you want back loop only into the next 3 stitches. Skip 2 stitches because we're at the dip, and then 1 back loop only treble into the next 3 stitches. And your 4th treble of the set goes into your chain 2 space. Create your new peak with a chain 2 and start your new set of 4 with a treble in that same chain 2 space, and then 1 back loop treble into the next 3 stitches. And again you'll just work that all the way along your row. So skip 2 and complete. And that is the row that you will just repeat. I will just firm up that end placement one final time. Okay, so I've done my 3 of my final set. I've got this very end stitch here, and I will put my 4th treble and my extra treble all in that same stitch. So I've actually got a knot in my yarn here, so this actually seems like the perfect opportunity to show you how to change colour. Okay, so this is how I would change colour. On that very last treble that we do of the round, I would stop with my 2 loops on the hook. I would grab my new colour onto my hook and pull it through those last 2 loops. I would then do a chain 1, and this is totally optional, but I like to just knot mine together like so, and then obviously I will weave in those tails. So at this point then you would turn and go straight into that first stitch as normal and continue on your way with your lovely new colour of yarn. But that is it for this tutorial. I really do hope that you have enjoyed it, and remember to subscribe to the channel if you did, like, comment, share, but I will see you for another tutorial really soon. But thanks as always for watching, and bye for now.